Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle at the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it for Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday edition of Shawn and Maya in the morning. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click. There you go. Click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Go to that page as well. Like that page as well. So not only will you be liking Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be liking the show's page, Shawn and Maya in the morning. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, on our Sports Zone Chicago YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real. Listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. Okay, do that. But also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. And it'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. You get it? Got it? Good. All right. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, wait, don't even tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. What? Come on, man. Listen, we have a mobile app. So listen, wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where you get them from, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zensky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, wherever you get them from. All right, you go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they're on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching us on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Yeah. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. How you not know? How you got our own Roku channel? What your problem is, man? Come on, listen. If you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Go there. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel. All right? Download the tile and put it right there next to Disney Plus, Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, Paramount Plus, Stars, Showtime. Put it right smack dab in the middle. Do us that favor, would you? Appreciate you. All right? And listen, if you have more than one Roku TV in the house, do us a favor. Do us a solid, would you? All right, however many you have, download Sports Zone Chicago's the channel to all the Roku TVs you have in the house. I know it might be in the kids' room where they're not going to watch it. They're watching Barney or Teletubbies or Power Rangers, whatever kids watch nowadays. But that's okay. Just do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel, even to that television. Could you do us that favor? We'd appreciate it. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Chi, that's CHI, and That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy now. If you want to follow me, just me. Personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Now you need one handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, the Snapper, and TikTok. All one handle. You see it at the bottom of the screen at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. And if you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. We have a phenomenal show, but I need you to get interactive with us today. So listen, whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, do us a favor, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. And guess what? I'll put it on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. We'll talk about it. And that's what makes this the best Chicago sports talk, the best morning Chicago sports talk show around is you. So you know what? Bring them, baby. Give us all your questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, baby, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock always says, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's see who we got in the chat already. The chat is jumping. Like Beyonce said, jumping. Lady. Cornelius Squalls, my man in the house. What up? Good morning, Papa. Lavette Lee, she's in the Mickey Ficky house. Happy House Music Monday, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Michelle Walls, what up on a House Music Monday morning? You know it, baby. You know it. Patty Lara's in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And my man Armando Emeterio, Lara Jr. My man Junior's in the house. What's up, Papa? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. I do know a lot more of the usual suspects will be checking in. Oh, yeah. Junior, Jeremiah on my lap drinking his bottle, watching. That's right. So, hey, Jeremiah, good morning, mijo. Thanks for tuning in as well. I appreciate it. And a big shout out to Dito, Armando Emeterio, Lana the Fourth. He can't be watching because he's in school. But they should let him watch this. This is an educational program. So he knows exactly what's going on in Chicago sports. So, Dito, Jeremiah, good morning, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Man, we have a lot to talk about today. Bulls. Second verse, same as the first. Same stuff as last year. We have a lot to talk about. Again, the Blackhawks, well, they're rebuilding. All right, they got their centerpiece, an 18-year-old Connor Bedard, and some highlights. There's some exciting moments, but they're still going through their struggles. We're going to talk about them as well. The World Series is going on, and I know right now we don't really care about the Fall Classic because none of our teams are in it. None of our teams got close. None of our teams made the playoffs. So you can't win it if you're not in the playoffs. But that's going on as well, too. And then our Bears. Big time Bears talk today, and I'm excited about it. I'm really, really excited. You know, we have, and there's a lot that we have to digest that I want to talk about. I want to break down a lot and talk about a lot. Yeah. Frustrating loss yesterday for our Bears. And I know we're going to have there's a lot of discussion to be had. A lot of discussion. And we're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. Oh. I almost forgot something. That's crazy. What? Wow. Oh, well. Oh, well. Well, listen. Guys, you know how we do. So Eric's not going to be on today. He's unavailable. He's had some travel issues. So we're just going to wing it. And here's where you guys are going to come in. We're going to talk a lot about the Bears. And I want your questions, your comments. So let's get in. Let's get into it. So, guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called top of the morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Our first top of the morning topic. Well, what else did we start with? You know where we got to go with this one. Bears. Bears. Bears with a rough one. All right, Bears lose to the Chargers 30-13 yesterday out in Southern California at SoFi Stadium. Tyson Bagent 25 of 37 for 232 yards, 2 picks, and a rushing touchdown. They gave him the tush push, the brotherly shove. That's how he scored. And you know what? It hurt. You see, Cole Kmet, he had 10 catches for 79 yards. DJ Moore, 4 catches for 55 yards. Can you just look at that, what I wrote at the bottom of the screen there? He had 6. Do you hear me? 6 targets. 6. Dante Foreman, 9 carries for 34 yards. Roschon Johnson, 6 carries for 21 yards. See, this is where we're gonna have an issue. Okay? We're gonna have a big Mickey Ficky problem. I'm gonna have a big Mickey Ficky problem with this coaching staff. Okay? He had 25 carries. Deontay Foreman had 9. Roschon Johnson had 6. Darrington Evans had 4. Mooney had 1. Bagent ran a couple times. Trent Taylor had a stupid jet sweep. And what did I tell you? What did I Mickey Ficky tell you? Didn't I tell you that they needed to run the ball 30 plus times? 30 plus times. We ran it 25. Granted, 73 yards, so about 3 yards a carry. That's not the point. The point is you need to run the ball. And for those people who say, well, they got behind quick, first of all, relax. You had plenty of time to run the ball on the first drive, plenty of time to run the ball on the second drive, plenty of time to run the ball on the third drive. All right, you didn't run the ball. Okay, you continue to have these stupid 3rd and 1 plays. Again, you still don't have a jumbo package for a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 to get you that 1 yard. It boggles my mind. It really does. The insanity of this coaching staff is downright embarrassing. Deontay Foreman had a phenomenal game last week, and you say, yeah, you know what? You had a great game, so let's only give you 9 carries. Really? 9? Just because Roschon Johnson's back? Listen, I like Roschon Johnson as well. But Deontay Foreman showed that he earned the right to carry the ball 20 times. He needed to carry the ball 20 times himself. Minimum. Now, if you want to split the other carries between Darrington Evans, who showed off a lot last week, and Roschon, give them 10 each. But that's the way he needed to go, and you refused. You know, there were a couple of instances. Cornelius, you're right. The defense did hold them under 50 points. So it's good job, Coach Eberflus. Appreciate the hard work and effort you put in to getting your team ready to holding this team under 50. P. Will wants $200 million contract. Okay. Well. And the ref with the quick whistles. We're going to talk about that a lot. That screwed us up big time. But, Junior, you said something earlier that is on point. Unprepared again. Unprepared again. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So here's the thing that I can conclude. They had the 32nd worst. They last. La última, the worst. The end, the bottom of the barrel. Pass defense in the NFL did the Chargers. And you don't attack them? You don't attack them? I know Tyson Bagent threw the ball 37 times, but that's not how you attack them. You attack them with the run. And why? Here's the thing that really gets me. Why you're running laterally. When you have Joey Bosa on one side and Khalil Mack on the other, who can run down lateral runs in their sleep. What did I tell you that they needed to do? I told you they needed to run right at Bosa, right at Mack, and wear them down physically. But they don't want to do that. They know best. They're the smartest guys in the room. So we have a lot of Bears talk to talk. We'll get into that a little bit. All right, because I don't want to get fired up right away because I don't want to get fired up right away. So moving on. Next top of the morning topic, the Blackhawks, baby. Cold steel on ice. Remember that? You remember they used to be their slogan? Well, the Blackhawks are traveling to the AZ, to Arizona today, to play the Coyotes. The Coyotes. Puck drop is 9 o'clock our time because it's 7 o'clock over there. Remember, they're 2 hours behind us. Puck drop is 9 o'clock, and that game can be seen on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. Or you can listen to it on 7:20 a.m. They're going to go through their rough times right now, right? They're rebuilding. Like I said, they got their centerpiece. They're going to give you some exciting times. They're going to give you some, frustrating times where they're going to lose some games that they probably should win. Okay, but when you have a young team, a team that is really, really, really in the beginning of the stage, you got the centerpiece. Now you just have to build around them. You have to, hopefully some of the talent that you had the last couple of years can take a step forward this year, along with the number 1 overall pick, Connor Bedard. So it's going to be a couple of years before this team is serious Stanley Cup contenders. Maybe 3. So probably toward the end of next season is when you say, okay, I think next year, which will be year 3, we can really go deep into playoffs. I don't know about them making the playoffs this year. I think next year they'll make the playoffs, but then the following season is when they can make a deep run in the playoffs. So let's go, continue to support. Check them out. Check them out, because I'll tell you what, when they get good, remember they had a sellout streak. I don't know. They had a sellout streak of what? Since 8 years, 10 years, the Blackhawks did. Tickets were not easy to get. It's going to get like that again. That, my friends, I can guarantee you. So make sure you get there. Make sure you get there. Check out the young talent, a lot of the young talent that they have, and support. Okay, it's fun. Remember how we did it before. Okay, when we drafted Kane, number 1 overall pick, drafted Taze. Okay, we literally watched them grow up in front of our eyes. All right, which is why we are so connected to them, which is why the city embraced them the way they did. right? Because we saw them at 18 years old, all right, winning a Stanley Cup, winning a second Stanley Cup, winning a third Stanley Cup, Patrick Kane winning an MVP. Come on, man. It's and truth be told, this winter, with the way the Bulls are looking, that's going to be the hot ticket. I want to go see this kid develop. I want to go see him in regular season action. Remember, I saw him his first preseason game here in Chicago a month or so ago. Excited. Very excited. I may end up going to a regular season game this year just to see him again, just to see this kid play. Because let me tell you guys, greatness is phenomenal. It's wonderful to watch. It doesn't matter what discipline you're in. Okay? What doesn't matter, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's hockey, whether it's soccer. When you watch greatness, it's a thing of beauty. And this kid is great. He's not great at the NHL level yet, but he's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good. He's going to make his mistakes. He's going to get pushed around a little bit because he's 18 years old. He don't have enough weight in his ass. He hasn't hit the weight room yet, and that's okay. But, man, his first goal, beautiful wraparound. His last goal was a shot from the point, right? Man, the puck came right out to him, blasted it past the goalie. I mean, this kid has got talent. So, I highly suggest you get out there and check out these Blackhawks. Just my suggestion. Your money. You do what you want with it. Well, the next top of the morning topic, Lord have mercy. Give us strength. The Bulls travel down I-65 to Indy, to Naptown, where they're going to face the Indiana Pacers. Tip-off today is 6 o'clock, and that game is on NBC Sports Chicago, which is why you see the Blackhawks are on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. The Bulls are on NBC Sports Chicago. Tip-off is 6 p.m., and you can listen to it on 670 AM, their flagship station. The Bulls split their games over the weekend, beat Toronto in overtime, and then they ended up losing to, who did they lose to? Oh, the Pistons. That's right. They beat Toronto 104-103 on Friday. And then on Saturday, they lost to the Pistons 118-102. This is another cluster mess. Another cluster mess. Okay, we're running it back with the majority of the same squad that we had last year. I mean, we got Torrey Craig, Javon Carter. These two guys are good, but they don't move the needle for me. They don't move the needle for this team. So we know the definition of insanity, and that is brought to life by this Bulls organization. That is the definition of insanity. Running it back with pretty much the same squad, doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting different results. I really don't even know what to say. You know, I really don't even know what to say. There's no rim protection, rebounding. P. Will still wants to defer to DeMar and Zach and not live up to his true talents and play to his true talents. Okay. Michonne, remember I went off on these guys. It was a Chicago thing. It was P. Will, it was Cody Whitehair, it was Justin Fields, it was Yo-Yo, it was Tim Anderson. Remember when I went off on that 2 weeks ago, I think? I'm tired of it. Like you got to understand that this is pro sports. You have to step up. And again, This is the society we live in. All right, everybody has personal trainers, and I mean, I can't knock it. I'm a speed trainer as well. But people can't take criticism anymore. They push back. Like, if you put as much energy into bettering yourself as to pushing back on the criticism that you get as a player, you wouldn't have so much criticism. You wouldn't. But you can't say anything about it because people's feelings are gentle. They're fragile. They're sensitive. Yeah, but Shawn, I went on a rant. Remember last week? Like I said, about 2 weeks ago, maybe? These jokers. Get me fired up. They're going to get me fired up. And last top of the morning topic, the World Series. And I know many of you may not be interested one iota. I get it. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. All right. None of our teams are in it. None of our teams were in the playoffs. Okay. That's cool. But the majority of the world is watching. A lot of the country is watching. Not all. Because the markets aren't as big as most people would have liked. They're not as big. Right? But the series is tied 1-1. Arizona, they started off in Texas. Lost on a walk-off homer. Game 1. Came back and pounded them game 2. So they're going back to the AZ. The series tied 1-1. And the D-backs with the home field advantage. Tonight is game 3 of the World Series. Texas with Max Scherzer on the bump at Arizona with Fat on the bump for Arizona. First pitch is 7:03. I don't know why they have 7:03, but the first pitch is 7:03. That game is on Fox, and you can listen to that on AM 1000. So let's take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we have some interesting things to talk. I'll show you what I did at my weekend. And I mentioned it last week. It was pretty cool what I did. We'll talk about it. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized. These headphones.
Beijing begins from the 21. He dropped a shot play. Downfield for Darnell Mooney. Brought it in with a flag. Was Mooney touched down by contact? He's still going. Now the whistle finally blows. Let's see what that call is. Next to Beijing. Escaping, throwing on the run. Beautiful throw to Cole Kmet. He's a couple of yards shy of the first down.
Better leader, captain, all those things.
Fake to Roshan Johnson to throw to the running back out of the backfield, the rookie from Texas, who gets the first down.
I'm not sure I'm good with this stuff or not, but here he is.
And here's Roshan Johnson with a good run across midfield into Chargers territory.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC. That was a game last night. Bears with the tough loss to the former San Diego Chargers, but the now current Los Angeles Chargers. I haven't been to SoFi yet. I heard that stadium is beautiful, beautiful. One of the top-notch stadiums in the league. Drinking my tea, man. I tell you, I love that tea. Is amazing, amazing. The Bears. So the Bears are under, I guess, under pressure, probably their own pressure, but pressure from the national landscape to build a stadium that's on SoFi with Allegiant Field. That's the new stadium in Vegas for the Raiders. Okay, they're on par. They're on the clock. I mean, believe you, nothing's happened in the next before 5 years, maybe 4. We're still trying to figure out that tax issue or not we, Kevin Warren and the Bears are trying to figure out the tax issue, and if they don't want to build there, then they're going to have to find another place with a parcel of land big enough for a stadium, big enough for parking, big enough for an entertainment center. You know, it still boggles my mind. You know, it boggles my mind why the city won't cooperate. You know, why the city will not cooperate. There are a couple of places along the lakefront. Again, you can knock down Soldier Field and resell. First of all, you sell it to the McCaskies. Knock down Soldier Field, okay, and start building. Now, the only issue would be where would they play? That would be the issue. Maybe at, well, you can't go at Northwestern because they're downsizing to 30,000. But it's, you know, they mentioned something yesterday on the broadcast, and they just said, you know, they talked about other cities kind of getting in the mix. And they said there's something, and they said the city of Chicago as well is going to try and keep them. And they said something about to the effect that the Chicago Bears on the lakefront just seems right. And for all of us, or for most of us, that's all we've known. Some of us, because they moved there in what, 71, I want to say. So some of us who are older, you know, I'm talking probably in your 60s, because even if you're 1 or 2, you don't remember the Bears playing at Wrigley Field. So, but if you're in your 60s, you may remember that. But for the majority of us, that's all we know. And I understand change is evident. That's the only constant in life. The only constant is change. But there's got to be something. Got to be able to do something. So, again, whatever happens, it's not happening 4 years, the absolute soonest. I'm thinking 5 to 6 years. 5 to 6. Let's see. The Bears are 0 for 2 at SoFi. Yeah. Yeah. So I've heard, Bear Lissimo, thanks for tuning in. Papa from across the pond. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've heard SoFi is amazing. Heard it's amazing. I heard it's amazing. You know, I can't wait to see what the Bears. I can't wait to see the final rendering. I want to see the rendering. You know why I want to see the rendering? Because I want to get excited about it. You know how I was telling you, especially for this year with the Bears, and especially with the Blackhawks now, enjoy every single step of the process. Remember how I was telling you to do that? They got Connor Bedard. Watch them. Watch it. Watch him make plays. Watch him set up his teammates make plays. Watch how exciting they can be as they get better. And let's be honest. The Bears are going to spare no expense. Because they understand whatever they put in, whether it's 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, it's going to give the value of that franchise probably another $3 billion. So if you put $1 billion in and it raises the value of your franchise by $3 million, that's a win. You put in 1, you gain 3. Yeah. And we don't know. We don't. And here's the question: the thing that I'm not worried about, that I'm interested in seeing, like what happens. And I'm not wishing anything bad on it, but what happens if Ms. McCaskey dies in the process? That could be an ugly fight because our understanding is the grandkids don't want it. The grandkids just want the money. And then there are two businessmen, actually one businessman now, who has first right of refusal. Okay, first right of refusal, and then the other was a Hughes, I want to say is the gentleman's name. And there were two people who had first right of refusal, and then guess what? One of them passed away. So I'm not sure how that goes with his family or his friend. I don't know. But I'm anxious to see how it plays out, because I would love to see this. They get it set, whether it's Arlington, whether it's somewhere in Chicago, whether it's another. I just want to see it, just so I can visualize, just so I can imagine and watch every step of the way. And you know what I would do? I'd head up there. I'd head up there periodically just to drive by, just to see it. All right. And then there'll be updates on the newscast and things like that. That would be so cool, because for once in our lifetime, the Bears will be at the beginning, at the edge of something in football since they first started. That's probably the last time they were at the edge. That and the 46 defense. The last time they led they led the way for anything. Because this will be the best stadium. All right? Because once Allegiant was it Allegiant or SoFi? I think SoFi was first. And then right after, the one in Vegas, and I believe Virginia McCaskey has been to both. Says, basically, I want one of these. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to talking about it. I'm looking forward to going there, especially if I'm able to retain my credentials. Man, I'm looking forward to coming to you from the press box up there. That'll be dope. Speaking of, this weekend, I told you I had a pretty cool opportunity. I couldn't think of the word. I had the ability, thanks to a St. Rita brethren of mine, Peter Ferrari. Big shout out to Peter Ferrari. I really appreciate and am grateful for the opportunity. I thank you, buddy. Man, I had a chance to go and do the color commentary. He's a play-by-play guy. He does play-by-play for Carthage College, a football team. And his regular partner, who does the color commentary, Peter was a play-by-play guy, color commentary, was unable to make it. And they said, hey, well, Peter, we'll leave it up to you. Do you have anybody in mind? And he thought of me. And he said, yes, I have the perfect person. So I was like, holy cow. So he called me and asked me if I wanted to do color commentary. And I says, does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, of course, I'd love to do color commentary. You mean talk about football and get paid for it? Let me think about that. So I was blessed and fortunate enough this weekend to do the color commentary for Carthage. Carthage played Carroll. It's a rivalry game for them. It's the old musket, Civil War musket game. So the winner gets a musket that was actually used in the Civil War, and it's actually still live. It works. So you can fire this thing in. So that was me from the press box. You see it in the background, you see the rosters and stuff like that. This is my buddy. This is Peter. And again, I can't thank him enough for that opportunity. It was fun. It was unbelievably fun watching football, talking football. He threw me a lot of alley-oops during the show, allowed me to talk. And, he asked about my career. He asked about, well, as a running back, what would you do? What would you, and he made it easy for me. by tossing it up to me. A lot of this dunks, just alley-oops. And big shout out to my guy, Peter Ferrari. And I can't thank you enough. And he said, he goes, well, if they would like you back, if this guy, the regular guy is unable to make it for another reason, would you be willing? And I was like, what? Does the sun rise in the east? I was like, hell yeah. So it was a one-time deal, but as long as they like me, I may be able to go back, which is cool. And just to say I've announced a college football game is awesome. It's really, really awesome. I had a blast. I'm telling you, and it's so funny because you see, like, driving in, I got there early. I had to be there an hour before the game. I was there an hour and 45 minutes before the game. Just because, and that's how I like to do things. Like, get there, prepare, kind of get a feel, lay of the land where I'm sitting and the whole thing. And it's awesome. And then I had a coach's show. I'm like, coach's show? What the? So after the game, if they won, the coach comes up. Well, the coach comes up regardless. But if they win, they'll bring a player. So it'll be a coach and a player. And if they lose, it'll just be the coach. So in a great game, all right, they were down 27-15. Carthage came back, and they ended up winning. And it was nuts. They were going crazy. They ran across the field because Carroll, I guess they had won the last game or last two games. So the musket was with them. So they ran across the field, basically just bogarted themselves, bogarted the sideline of Carroll College, got the musket, and were it was awesome. It was awesome. They were it, and so they had one of the players and getting up there, and I had a couple questions, and it was cool. It was really, really nice. A nice opportunity, a nice moment to hang with the coach. Just hanging, like, talking with the coach was really cool. The player as well. And like I said, Pete picked me up and at some points, because it was my first time doing this in years. I did an Arena League game years ago, like 7-8 years ago was the last time. So he picked me up whenever he saw me kind of like stutter or pause, and Pete would jump in and just take a question, ask a question. So it was really, really fun. I had a blast. I can't even tell you. So if I would love to be able to do that again, and maybe more, maybe on a permanent basis, either there or somewhere else in the near future, in the upcoming years. That'd be dope. I'd love to sit there and just talk football. It's really what I love to do. So that was really, really, really fun. Let me tell you. It was fun. And what was really funny about it is so Pete tells me, he said, when they asked him if he wanted when they asked him if he wanted to go solo, he said no. Said, who do you have someone in mind? He said yes. And so then after we talked about it last week, and I said, yeah, of course I'll do it. I'd love to do it. He tells them, and for some reason they're like, it was like the big deal around. They're like, oh my God, Shawn Sierra's coming. Shawn Sierra's coming. I was like, what? Really? He's like, so one of the people that he says follows Sports Zone Chicago and watches the show at times. So he knew who I was, and he was then they gave him my resume, and they're like, oh my goodness. So I was kind of taken aback by that, just taken aback by that someone had knew who I was, follows Sports Zone Chicago, follows Shawn and Maya in the morning, had seen my show, a few times. And so when he heard that it was coming, he's like, oh my God, I know that guy. I've watched the show. So I thought that was a pretty cool come to Jesus moment. And again, it wouldn't be possible without my friend Peter Ferrari, St. Rita Mustang. And then we also actually went to Illinois Center for Broadcasting. It's called Illinois Media School, but we went to St. Rita High School, Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So if you go to Carthage College football page and check out the game versus Carroll and listen to it, first of all, it's a good game. It was a real good game. Like I said, Carthage came back. They were down 2 scores, and they came back to win. But there's a point we were talking, like we were kind of reminiscent on St. Rita, just different, teachers and things like that. It was really, really cool. So again, thank you, Peter Ferreri, for really for thinking of me, recommending me, and for giving me that great opportunity. I just had a freaking blast, a blast, so, but anyway, yes, Junior, yes. Bellissimo, what you do with the musket is up to you. My name's Bennett, and I ain't in it. But if it just happened to go off in his general direction, well, okay. Well. Oh, man. Hey, Shorty, thanks, man. It was fun. I'm telling you, it was really cool, and that's one of the things I wanted to do, is to be able to broadcast football. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. So it was. I'll tell Shawn the party starts at 5 p.m., even though it starts at 3 p.m. I think you meant the other way around. You tell me it starts at 3, even though it starts at 5. I think you missed it. Also, you checked it out good. You know what was weird? I did okay. The first half I was a little robotic, and just because it had been so long. And then I didn't want to step on people's toes. I didn't want to go too long, because you can't go too long because the play's coming. You know what I mean? And you got to get your point across, and whatever in that 15 to 30 second range that I had after Pete stopped talking. I wasn't going to step on his toes. So I had to make sure that I was, I had to wait for him and be ready for what I had to say, and boom, boop, hop in. And then just as they're lining up with the breaking out of the huddle, I kind of got to finish so Pete can say, all right, they're coming out, twins right, split left, in the shotgun again, blah, blah. So he can do his thing. So I was a little robotic, and sometimes I didn't speak, and I was like, okay. And then the second half, at halftime, I was like, Pete, I'm like, I feel better, and I feel I got the lay of the land now. All right, I'm cool. And sure enough, it's a whole different, you can hear it, a different story, a different version of me the second half. It was pretty cool. Yeah. I gave Shawn 20 minutes notice for my show, and he was 5 minutes late. 20 minutes is enough. 20 minutes notice is enough, right? I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, sure. Okay, hold on. Actually, I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, but to come on your show, I was like, I'm not going to turn that down, barely. Well, of course not. I was like, yeah, of course I could do it. I was like, damn, I got to go to the bathroom. So I was late. But it was fun, man. Let me tell you, it was, and that's kind of what it, like, if you watch me on Facebook, I do a Facebook Live. Actually, I can't go live for another 4 days. So I have to record a video, and then I'll post it on Facebook. And just talk about just kind of life, kind of just going after what it is you want. And there was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get into broadcasting. I've told you the story. I've wanted to so bad. I didn't like what I heard on the radio when I listened to the score. You got people talking. You got people talking who've never played the sport, or coached it or played it, and they're giving you their opinion, which is fine. It's a free country. We all have one, but it's not an informed opinion. It's not one who's actually been in those situations. It can give you an inside perspective on a sport. I played basketball into high school. I've coached high school basketball. I played football, high school, Division I, professionally overseas. All right. And then at a high level here, back in the States, at the semi-pro, 3 national championships. All right. I've coached for 15 years, won a city championship with my kids. All right. With my students. So it was something that I'm like, these guys are getting paid for this, and they've never, probably never finished high school. That many of them have never, didn't even think about college or coached it. So that's why I wanted to get into this, and I did. And after 2014, when I left teaching, I got into this, and it just kind of, go after what you want. You only get one life, and that's the one I did. I decided to do that. There's other things I want to do along the lines in this business that I'm doing, or about to do, and that's basically it. Go for what you want. All right, go for what you want, because the pain of regret is an unbelievable pain. Because there's a lot of times that all of us have said at one particular point or another, man, I would have, I could have, I should have done this or done that, or asked her out, or gone on this trip, or done that. You know what I mean? There's so many different things, and you never know. And if you get rejected, okay, well, at least you have an answer. At least you have an answer. So I'm happy. You guys, I love doing this. I love talking sports. I love you guys and your support. And it's only going to get bigger and better from here. It's only going to get bigger and better for Sports Zone Chicago here. We just got credentials, so we're at Bears games now. I want to be at Bulls games and Hawks games coming up soon. At all the teams. So I'm happy and I love, truly, truly, truly love what I do. But listen, let's take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to talk some Bears. We got a lot of Bears to talk because I'm fired up. No Eric today. He's unavailable. He has some travel issues. So I'm like, don't worry, Papa. I'll hold it down. I got you. So he'll be on with us on Wednesday. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Off the fake. Fields against the grain. Finds Jesse James. Fields. With time. Delivers down the field. And Cowboys. Still running. Fake one way. Fields stumbling. Trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am, whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
3rd and 8. Agent throws. That's a first down at the 30. Chargers bring 4, and Bajan throws complete. DJ Moore's got the first down. Derwin James helps to stop him with Michael Davis over at the... They'll pitch it to Darrington Evans. Got a block on the edge, and Evans to the end zone for a Chicago touchdown.
He's got one in him here.
Throw it here. Komet needs to get 3 yards. He's got 2 to the 29.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC. Sunday Night Football last night. Our Bears with a 30. Tough one. Tough loss yesterday at the hands of the Los Angeles Chargers, 30-13. And let me tell you something. There's a lot that I want to get into. We're gonna dedicate probably 35 to 40 minutes before we talk about something else. It's apparent this team cannot handle success. Okay. It's apparent that Coach Eberflus is not the guy for the gig. I know, newsflash. But here's why. All right, your dad, Mark Grody reported, or they're dancing in the locker room and everything, and cool, and I guess they were dancing on a Thursday, gets excited for the game, whatever. You got to nip that in the bud. All right, you got to nip that in the bud, because that's your second win of the year. And the thing about it, like, you celebrate things, all right, big moments. And when you get to the point where you feel and you're supposed to win, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, that's the mentality you have. It is a big deal winning a game in the NFL. But the mentality is, okay, we won. I'm happy. But now we have to do it again. And maybe he's too much of a player's coach. Maybe all the dancing and all the other stuff. Remember, Nagy had Club Dub. All that dancing and everything was cool when you won. But now when, you got to go about your business. The thing is, you got to do it again. And you got to do it again. And you got to do it again. So there shouldn't be time for dancing. And I'm not saying don't celebrate. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is very archaic, get off my lawn-ish. But the 24-hour rule, like, it's over and done with. After the game, you got 24 hours and then we're done. We got to move on. You don't have time to dance and act all crazy. You don't have time. You have to prepare for the next opponent. There are a lot gone wrong. First play, beautiful. Pass from Tyson Bagent to a diving DJ Moore, who's not touched. Now, he gets up. First of all, the whistle's blowing. He gets up. You haven't been touched. Get your ass up and run to the end zone. Because he got up, he started running, slowed down, and then safety came over, caught him at like the 20. But if he had just run, he probably would have scored. We're up 7-0, first play of the game. You not running into the end zone is you being unprepared. I know you heard the whistle, but you also have to know that you were not touched. And that could be reviewed. Actually, an inadvertent whistle can't be reviewed, but that would show me that you're ready and you're focused. The tackling, horrendous. The were piss poor, and that's an insult to piss poor angles. They didn't want to hit people. Only person who hit someone was B.J. Edwards. Knocked the shit out of Herbert on that blitz. smack shoulder pads right to the ribs. I said, thank you. Thank you. Finally get to the quarterback, and Edwards is pissed, and he delivered a blow. Delivered a blow. And you saw Justin Herbert was like, oh, damn. That's with rib guards. So this team wasn't prepared. That's on Eberflus. The game plan was shit. Offensively and defensively. That's on Eberflus and Getsy. Can you tell me? Can you tell me why? Why DJ Moore had only 6 targets? Please tell me that. 4 catches for 55 yards. You see it at the bottom of the screen. 4 catches for 55 yards, 6 targets. He needs 6 targets in the first quarter. Can you tell me why we ran the ball 25 times? Only 25 times. Can you tell me that? Was it because we got a 3-yard average? Well, guess what? You keep going until you break it. And don't give me the nonsense about falling behind quickly. If you had a jumbo package on 3rd and short, it would help. It would answer a lot of your problems. That would be the answer to a lot of your problems. But you don't want to run a jumbo package. You can't get creative like that. So you try a tush push. You try the tight end taking a snap from under center. You try dumb shit. And a lot of the other shit is lateral. You have to go downhill. Back to the tackling. We would be working tackling all freaking week. All week. This is what I'm talking about. When you got dogs, like we got good players. I think the only dog we got on offense, except for the offensive line, I think Tevin Jenkins is a dog, is DJ Moore. I need a quarterback with that mentality. I need a quarterback. And I know I hate to do this and date myself, but damn it. Imagine if we had a quarterback with the mentality of a Jim McMahon. Or Cutler. You think Cutler enjoy? And I know some people don't like Cutler and they think he sucks or whatever. Trust me, it's not his fault. You have 6 offensive coordinators in 8 years. You know, somebody who has some balls to say, hey, to fire his teammates up. If you remember, Jim McMahon only hung out with the linemen. He was one of them. And they blocked their asses off for him. But he also had no problem telling you, hey, you screwed up. Hey, you screwed up. Hey, you screwed up. I need you to play better. He didn't have that problem. He didn't have that issue. He had no problem telling you that at all because he's a leader. I need Justin to step up and be a leader. It's tough for Tyson to do that. He can't. You're an undrafted free agent, and these guys are making millions. They're making 10 times what you make, 5 times what you make. So it's tough. Step in that huddle. When you look at these guys, you look at DJ Moore. He even said it. He was a little awestruck when he saw him. How can you reprimand him and tell him he ran the wrong route when you're in awe of your teammate? Gotta let that go. Let that shit go quickly. And by the way, I don't know where are all the Tyson Bagent is our QB1. He needs to start over. I don't hear those guys anymore today. I didn't see him last night. I didn't see him on Twitter. I haven't heard it this morning. Where are those guys? When I tried telling you that Tyson Bagent can be a great backup quarterback. He can have a phenomenal career, 6 years, 8 years, maybe 10 years as a backup, maybe a few years here, a few years there, go sign $2 million here, go sign $3 million there, go sign $1.5 million here to be a backup. At the end of 10 years, he's 32, 33 years old. Body's still in good shape because he hasn't taken a lot of hits because he's a backup. With 20, 30 million in the bank, now you can start living your life with a $20, $30 million head start. There's no disrespect to Tyson Bagent, none whatsoever. But you're not Justin Fields. And there are some things that Chris Collinsworth said. Chris Collinsworth is kind of a polarizing figure. He said one thing that really got people crazy, that Justin Fields should learn from Tyson Bagent, and I agree with him. But this has to falls on Getsy, right in his lap. You have to hold Justin accountable. What you want to learn from Tyson Bagent is, one, get your ass back in your drops. That's the first thing. Get back in your drops. Get timing down. I don't care if you're in a shotgun. 1, 2, 3, throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, throw. Stop sauntering back. You see, Tyson doesn't saunter back. He gets back, boom, boom, boom. Bounce, 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 throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plant, throw. That's what one thing Justin can pick up from him. 2, move quickly in your progressions. Move quickly. And I get it. If you want to stay under DJ Moore, okay. But maybe look somewhere else and then come back to DJ Moore. Tyson Bagent has done a good job of holding safeties, holding linebackers by looking one way, throwing the other. He's done a good job of that, especially for an undrafted rookie free agent. But then again, remember what I told you. He had over 2,000 snaps in college. He had more snaps in his junior year than Justin had in his last 2 seasons at Ohio State combined. More pass attempts, More pass attempts in his junior year than Justin had in his junior and his second and third year at Ohio State, or his first 2 years at Ohio State. So he's able to do this. He's got to pick up the speed. Sometimes they disguise some things because obviously you're at a different level. That only comes with time. Come next year, he'll be almost the perfect backup quarterback. He could be Chase Daniels 2.0. But he's never going to be Justin Fields. He's never going to be as good as Justin Fields can be. So there's some things that they could learn. Now, I really would have wanted, and here's the thing, this division between things. There's a lot of undertones in there that I won't go into, a lot of racial undertones, but I'm not going to go down that route. And it sucked when you heard stupid people vehemently saying Tyson Bagent is number one. Tyson Bagent this, Tyson Bagent that. He's better than, get this guy out of here, but blah, 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 blah. Get Justin Fields out, trade him this and this. I want Tyson Bagent to do well. Why? Because I love the Bears. And I can see that Tyson Bagent is good. He's not Justin Fields. He's not Justin Fields good. There are things that Justin Fields can do that maybe 2 or 3 other quarterbacks in this league can do. Maybe. But the consistency, and then Tyson, they screwed him over too. They didn't run the ball 25 times between 3 running backs and a wide receiver jet screen. Why are you... What the hell is his name? The punt returner. What the fudge crackers is his name? What the hell's the punt returner's name? Number 15. I'll find it. Don't worry. It escaped me for a second. But you're giving him a jet sweep. Who the fuck is he scaring? Like, who is he scaring? I know he had a shit game, but that should be Velus Jones. Bayless Jones got some speed. The play call, the play design. I look at it, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Getsy? The hell is your problem? What the hell is your problem? I'm still trying to find that punt returner's name, number 15. If you could think of it, put it up and just post it in the chat real quick. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, and I'm thinking, why would you even do? Why would you? And here's where you go trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Well, they're not expecting him, so yeah, but they're not expecting him because he can't do shit. It's a crazy idea. So there's a lot that this Cornelius, how many times he wants to be the smartest guy in the room? We've talked about it. Sometimes just it's gonna annoy me. Give me the dude, the punt returner, number 15. Give me the punt. Someone put the punt returner's name up in there. I couldn't think of his name to save my life right now. Oh, my phone's over there. But that should be Bayless Jones. Staying on Bayless Jones. So opening play should have been a touchdown. Bayless Jones and the Bears went up against the 32nd rated pass defense in the NFL, and they couldn't attack. They couldn't burn them. One, because Darnell Mooney is like, oh, well, I didn't get touched while I blew the whistle. Run your goddamn ass in the end zone. You know damn well that they didn't touch you. You know damn well they didn't. Get in the end zone, make them figure it out. And then when you score, now the Bears could go back to the league and say, hey, listen, quick whistle, blah, 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 if we would have scored. It could have changed the outcome of the game. Bayless Jones, you're behind these guys. The end zone is only 10 yards deep, homie. Why are you sprinting through the end zone all of a sudden? Oh, man, I got to stop. You're a good 7 yards past the DB. You just got to wait now. So you come back, and then the ball hits you right in the stomach. The ball hits you right in the stomach. Another touchdown off the board. Or like, I don't understand. You know, Bayless Jones really needs to evaluate whether or not he wants to play football. All right, because these are things like those are catches that it hits you in the stomach. Like just catch it against your stomach and let it go and gain a touchdown. You know, you've made a lot of questionable decisions. I don't think you'll be with the team next year. I don't. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Then the Cole Kmet one, the officials, again. He gets the block, the tackler, he gets picked off by another Chicago Bear. Cole Kmet could have scored again. That's 3 touchdowns the Bears should have had. That changes the complexity of this game. Changes it completely. Bears go up 7-0. Big difference. Bayless Jones catches that ball. Big difference. The refs don't blow a quick whistle like they did with Darnell Mooney on the Cole Kmet catch. Another touchdown, big whistle. That's 21 points. That's 3 touchdowns. You don't think that makes a big difference in the game? Hell yeah, it does. You don't think the defense gets fired up and plays better, more motivated when they have points? Hell yeah, they do. This one as well. Interference on the punt return. Like you see, like you're running. You see the guy. You're a punt returner. So you see the guy eyeing the ball. He's tracking the ball. Something you didn't do very well. And then you run into him. Facebook user, I don't know who you are. But why is he even active? Because they're trying to use his speed. They're trying to say, hey, help us out a little bit. Don't be surprised if he's not active. Don't be surprised if Tyler Scott starts to get some of his special teams reps. And he should. Coach Eberflus. The angles guys took were atrocious. The touchdown, the 6'8" receiver. Here's my God-blessed thing. The guy's 6'8". Okay? Lucky. Oh, I got you, Papa. The guy's 6'8". Why aren't we going at his legs? Why are we going right at his thighs? We're going at his waist. Poor angles. We're going at his inside shoulder. He spins to the outside. When I saw that, I nearly blew a gasket. Poor angles. You come outside in. You come in his outside shoulder. So if he does spin outside, guess what? He turns right into you. But when you go at his inside shoulder, he spins outside, you're left on the ground with a face of dirt. Or rubber pellets in this case. Poor tackling, poor angles. And can you answer me this one question? Why are we trying to use the peanut punch when the ball carrier is not secured? We're not as good as Peanut. Peanut could go one-on-one with a dude. But here's what Peanut did. Peanut would step in front of the dude, get run over, and as he's getting run over, boom, punch that thing out. We're not good enough to do that yet. So you secure the tackle, and a second guy comes. They did that late in the game, and I tweeted about it, and I posted it on Facebook. That's how you get it. Secure the tackle, then go after the ball. The second guy comes after the first guy, holds him up. First guy holds him up, one for a kill shot. Put your face mask into the old boy's chest. Come knock the ball out. Put your face mask on the ball while your partner's holding him up. This is how you tackle. This is how you create turnovers. And let me tell you, if you were to hit that 6'8" dude in the knees or the thighs, right above the knees, turn him upside his head cracks the lands on the ground first. I guarantee you he's not as frisky the rest of the game. Because if you've ever been upended where your head hits the ground first because they're coming from behind, they just take your legs out, you're a lot more cautious. You catch it and you turn right away. And sometimes you turn a little too soon and you drop the ball. These are things that this Bears team doesn't understand. These are things that this Bears team is not coached to do. And that falls squarely, defensively, on Eberflus. I understand you want turnovers. Get them the right way. When you get the opposite of the opposing team thinking that you're right there, thinking that you're going to take their knees out, thinking that you're going to punch the ball out, a lot of other things happen. You overcompensate for things. His refusal, yes. How about Eberflus' stubbornness to stay in that zone the entire first half when Stevie Wonder could see the front four couldn't generate any pressure? He needed to bring more pressure. You didn't do it. You have the strength of your defense is the secondary. So rely on them. Rely on them. But they were making mistakes too. They had poor ankles. But they made some plays. Tyreek Stevenson. No, I got you, Damani. I got it, you. Tyreek Stevenson. Listen, this dude is aggressive. I love it. He's just not getting called because he's a rookie. And then the touchdown on the goal line when they ran the crossing route, they picked Jalen Johnson. They picked him. Where are our crossing routes on the goal line? Wasn't part of the whole Green Bay concept, the crossing routes, the mesh routes, the pick routes, whatever you want to call them? Wasn't that a big part of that offense? Didn't we see Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson and Antonio Brown? Or, not him. Shoot, I'm trying to think of the other receivers. All the other receivers in Green Bay history. They've scored on us. They're wide open every single time because of the pick routes. Where are those for us? I saw one in the Vegas game. One. Where are they? When we get to the ball, get the ball to our playmakers, guys who could get us some yards after the catch. Where are those in our offensive scheme? No, we just have Tyson Bagent flat. You took one shot downfield. You didn't push the ball downfield again until later in the game. It was like fourth quarter. Push it down the middle of the field. You're against a 32nd ranked defense. That is coaching. That's coaching. And you do it by setting it up with the run. You don't stop at 25. You stop at 35. And if you're destroying them, then you go to 40. Here's the thing that I don't think Getsy understands. It doesn't matter how you win. Just win, baby. If that's the formula this year, is to run the ball down teams, God bless the throat, and have the quarterback pick and choose his spots and hit them big when they overload the line of scrimmage, then that is a God blessed formula. Why did you change it from last week? Oh, they know we're going to run, so we're not going to run them. Why? It works. You keep pounding them. Here is the situation where you try to be the smartest guy in the room, and these guys are not smart. It sounds like I'm talking about the Nagy regime. And then what do they do to really confuse Tyson Bagent? They started dropping defensive ends. Khalil Mack's in the flat. You saw when he covered Tyson Bagent. They're like, Tyson's going to be throwing stuff in the flat, his check down. So what do? They drop him in the flat. So, oh, shit, now what do I do? Which way do I go? When they do that, that's when you push it down the middle of the field. That's when you go hook curl. If they're in a cover 3, which they were a lot, hook curl. Deep ends. Dig routes. 15-yard and in. Give me a dig route. He had time. The design of the play, the game plan was shit. You try to outsmart them and ended up outsmarting yourself. You didn't put your players in the best position to be successful. You target DJ Moore 6 times the entire freaking game. Where are the jump balls? You got Cole Kmet, you got Robert Tonyan. Hell, Darnell Mooney or Tyler Scott. You know you got DJ Moore who'll go up and get it. It boggles my mind why they change what worked. Luis Mejia in the house. Good morning, Papa. Rise and grind. Thank you for tuning in. You know, the rumors and a buddy of mine reached out to me. There was a mock-up. He's like, how much? And I told you about this on Friday. I sure as hell want Jim Harbaugh. Sure as hell want him. I want that investigation to say that Michigan is on 50 years sanctions to make sure Jim Harbaugh leaves and you give him that God-blessed job. Because all the people who are clamoring around Bagent this, Bagent that, again, Bagent is good. He's a great backup. He could be a great backup. He's never going to be Justin Fields. He's never going to have the talent that Justin Fields has. He's never going to have the ceiling that Justin Fields has. And in order to win a Super Bowl, you need an elite quarterback. The Trent Dilfers of the world aren't winning Super Bowls very much. You need a quarterback who can win games for you. We'll win games because of Tyson Bagent, despite Tyson Bagent, not because of him. He will not win games for us. Shorty, great question. Why do you think the Bears would want Harbaugh then? This is the Bears we're talking about. One, he's a former Chicago Bear. They drafted him out of Michigan. Two, he's a God-blessed winner. Three, he's taken the team to the Super Bowl, and if it wasn't for a great catch in the back of the end zone, he would have won that Super Bowl against his brother. Great catch in the back of the end zone, the sideline, the side of the end zone. Great catch by Baltimore. And most importantly, he's worked with a quarterback like Justin. Do you remember how phenomenal Colin Kaepernick was? He took the NFL by storm. Remember that? Do you remember that? He knows how to work with an athletic quarterback. He's shown you with Colin Kaepernick. He's shown you he loves running the ball. That's why, Shorty, that's why I think the Bears should go after him. As soon as Michigan decides what they're going to do, listen. He's one of their own. He's one of their own, Shorty. He's one of their own. Okay? He's one of their own. And when he gets here, Kevin Warren can be like, hey, listen, I don't need any crazy shit. I don't need anything else. I need you to win. I need you to develop Justin, and I need you to get us to and win a Super Bowl. So we can get all this stadium shit behind us, and then I need you to win us another Super Bowl or three. Exactly, Bear. Listen, well, you can win with him, but not because of him. We need a quarterback, someone who knows, who can appreciate what Justin does, and literally build offense around him. Literally. You know, you got your pocket passer in Bagent, okay? Why aren't you pushing the ball down the field? I get last week is his first start. He's at home. You just want to, you ran the ball 38 times. Run the ball 35 times again for Bagent. That should be your first checkpoint in meetings. Rush the ball 35 plus times. That is numero uno, the first thing. So now the offensive line gets giddy and gets happy. Bellissimo, Junior, am I right? If they told you we're running the ball 35 times, how happy would you two be? that takes all of a sudden that takes the pressure off of Tyson. Like, oh shit, okay, whew. They're going 35 times. All right, they're not asking me to win the game, so I don't have to play hero ball. What does it tell your wide receivers? Man, we're throwing that rock. I got to make sure my routes are sharp and precise. And I have to block. And I have to block because when we're running and we're able to establish the run game, when I look like I'm blocking and I slip out, I'm going to be wide open. I'm going to be wide open. But that's asking too much. Junior, I would love it. Yep. Junior was one of my offensive guards when I was with the Chargers. If they told offensive linemen we're running 35 times a game, it's not going to stop. You're going to get it just because you run the ball 35 times a game doesn't mean it's going to take passes away from Justin or Tyson. It's not. It doesn't mean because you ran 35 times, you only have X amount. You're only running 50 plays and only throwing 15. No, it's going to extend the game. It's going to make a lot more plays, and to the point where you're not even going to need all those passes because of the fact that they have to stop it, and you can attack them when they stop it. This was the worst pass defense in the NFL, and you didn't exploit it. You didn't exploit it. And then you didn't get help when all they did was just drop linebackers in the flats to confuse the kid. You didn't help them. You didn't help them by pushing it down the field. This coaching staff has to go. I've tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. Say, hey, listen, because if I can see it, what the hell are those guys at House Hall getting paid for? Shit, pay me. I'll take the 6 figures to tell you what you should do. I'll be up in the box saying, run the goddamn ball. Let's go with a dig. Let's go with a comeback. Give me an 18-yard comeback and a cover 3. Man. If anyone knows football, 18-yard comebacks and a cover 3 is money. Money. Or an over route with a clear out on the left side, over route. Money against the cover 3. You cannot cover it. You have a swing route on the front side, a go route on the front side, and you have an over route into the left third of the field from the slot. That is money. No one's covering that. But you can't come up with that. You can't think that. You can't say, here's what we got. These guys play cover 3. Here's what we're going to run. You can't flood the zone. This is high school shit. This is high school shit. How to attack a cover 2 or cover 3. You got man beaters, cover 2 beaters, cover 3 beaters. What coverages do they run? Majority. Okay, boom. We're going to run a majority of these plays, these cover 2 beaters. Or they run a cover 3. We're going to run a majority of these cover 3 beaters. Doesn't sound difficult to me. Unless you don't have tons of cover 2 beaters. You don't have cover 3 beaters. You don't have man beaters. You don't have zero coverage beaters. It's frustrating because you have the talent. It's frustrating because you have the players to get it done. This is what I mean when people say they don't put players in a position to be successful. Because it's an overused adage and you hear it all the time. But what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm telling you what I mean. Once you figure out the majority of what it is they like to do in their coverages, and they'll disguise it. They'll disguise the cover 2. They'll disguise the cover 3. They'll disguise the cover 4. Disguise the cover 6. They'll disguise it all. But we're creatures of habit. Defensive coordinators are human beings. Offensive coordinators are human beings. We have habits. We have patterns. So figure out what the patterns are of your defensive coordinators, and now you can attack him and hurt that scheme relentlessly. He's going to start off. We had to do this in high school when I was at Curie. 36% of the time in the film that I watched on the cover and first down and 10 in this area, he runs this. I had to do it on the opposite side for the offense, but nonetheless, it's the same thing. So we got cover 2, cover 3, and then you give the quarterback leeway. It's unbelievable. One wide zone, boot action, yes. And flood the boot side. With a protector for the unblocked end, okay. All the boot routes run seam stresses and have the option to throw back to the halfback to the zone action side. Yeah. For those of you who think that's Chinese, all he's saying is the quarterback gets the ball, fakes it to the left, outside zone to the left. He keeps it, runs back. But you have a blocker because that defensive end, because everyone's zone blocking right, the last guy on the end of the line of scrimmage is not blocked. So you make sure you have a blocker for him so the quarterback can roll out. And when he's saying flood the seam or flood that side, flood the boot side, when he's rolling, you have a short, an intermediate, and a deep. Short, intermediate, and deep into that zone. So the deep guy will take the corner. If it's a cover 3, he'll take the deep third. Then there'll be a guy in a flat. The guy in a flat's going to have a big problem because if he sees the guy coming intermediate, 10 to 15, he may deepen. Then you throw it to the guy, the short guy. He turns it up. If he jumps the guy who's running a short, intermediate, a short route, 5 to 7, if he comes up here, you throw it over him to the intermediate route. It's simple. It's literally that simple. Literally. So this is why you give me a Jim Harbaugh, I'm happy as a pig in slop. Yeah, we just talked cover 3 beater. Deep over, skinny post, and a go. Yeah, deep over from the left or the right. And the opposite guy, post. Second guy on the opposite side of the deep over runs the post. Skinny, the deep middle third. The go takes care of the outside third, and the deep over comes in a wide open area. Simple. But we can't figure this out. The brain trust can't figure this out. With the speed that we have. With the DJ Moore. With the Vanish Jones. Let Vanish Jones run this, and if he drops them good, you're done. We gave you enough chances. Get him open. Darnell Mooney, have him run it. Tyler Scott, have him run it. Who do you want to feature today? You're going to have guys fighting on the sideline. I want to be the opposite slot. I want to be the opposite slot. I want the deep over. I want the deep over. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. That they can't come up with this. And Barrelissimo and I just came up with this in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You talk about quick slants. Be careful because the outside linebacker, if he flies if he sees and realizes that you're running quick slants, he's going to fly to the flat quickly. He's not even going to worry about take your first step, take your read step. It's called linebackers on the snap of the ball. He's going to go and get in a passing lane. If you don't see him, it's pick 6. So be careful. We'll kick quick slants on the cover 3. Or if you do want a quick slant, you make sure you hit him in the second window. So you get it. If you're going to the left, you get it. You look. You pump. That linebacker is going to fly. Whoop. Bring it down. Let him pass the linebacker. Throw it right there. Simple. Simple. The game is extremely simple. Okay? Very simple. People like to overcomplicate it. When you try to believe that you're the next best thing since Mike Shanahan, since Bill Walsh, you get in trouble. The egos EGO, not EAGLES. Ego. Ego that many of these offensive coordinators have is their detriment. The lack of respect for the other defensive coordinator and the scheme that he runs is a detriment. Respect all, fear none. Every single defense has a weakness. Every single defense can be exploited for maximum gain. You got to figure it out. You got to figure out what they're running, what disguises they're using. Once you figure out the disguises and what coverage they're in, here we go. Now Luke Getsy should be able to go to work, but he doesn't. No, they would. I don't know, Arturo. I think the coach that wants to be fired just to sit home and collect unemployment. Well, they get their salaries. Those are guaranteed, and those aren't against the cap. Bravissimo, you're right. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. That's it. But when you overthink, you put yourself in bad positions. And it's just simple. Run the ball. Run the ball. You know, the way to attack a pass rusher is run right at him. Don't run away from Nick Bosa. Joey. Who do you play? Joey. Don't run away from Joey Bosa. Don't run away from Khalil Mack. Run right at him. Run right at him. With a tight end, with an offensive lineman who's eligible, or on a counter. I want the offensive lineman with a head start. Bump that. Or a tight end with the head start, and you can lead the guard. You can kick him out, pull a guard, lead the guard up into the hole. It's not rocket science. And this regime can't get it done. Can't get it done. So I hope you put to rest all the Tyson Bagent QB1 stuff. That's got to go. I think Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent are a great combination. All right. There are some things Justin can learn. Justin can watch how he gets the ball out quickly. Justin can watch his footwork. Justin can watch how he reads and progresses goes from 1 to 2 to 3, back to 2, check down. These are all things Justin can learn if his ego doesn't prevent him from doing so. Just because he's undrafted rookie free agent from a Division II school doesn't mean he doesn't have football acumen. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a great football mind. Doesn't mean he doesn't have talent. And your ability to learn from your teammates, from your colleagues, is vital, despite how intelligent you are, despite how talented you are. You have someone like Bagent here to help you. This guy he's had his junior year, he had more passes than you had your whole time at Ohio State. Why wouldn't you want to get information from him? Why wouldn't you want to get? He's thrown 2,000 passes in college. He's been a starter for 7 years, since he was a sophomore in high school. You don't think he's seen everything? I hope Justin Fields' ego isn't prohibiting him from learning from Tyson Bagent. I hope it's not. We got to get this offensive line fixed. You know, why not run behind Darnell Wright and Tevin Jenkins? Why not? Arturo, thank you very much. You came here for Bears Talk. Stay for the support group. The channel is the only entertainment we've gotten from this season. Hey, Arturo, be sure to tell all your friends. Check us out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. to 11. You know, these are things that it sucks because I love my Bears. I love my Bears. I love everything about them. I love the color scheme. I love, you know what I mean? Like I love, the Soldier Field. I love the even the stupid fight song, Bear Down, Chicago Bears. I'll sing my ass off. I don't even know all the words. I just know many of them, some of them. And I want to see this team do well. I want to see this organization do well. But when you keep getting guys, so you got a rookie, a first-time general manager, with a first-time head coach, with a first-time play caller. And you're doing that with a undrafted free agent from a Division II school. That's the situation the Bears are in right now. First-time general manager with a first-time head coach with a first-time play caller using a Division II undrafted free agent. Now, do you see why Getsy is doing stupid shit? Do you see? Because he doesn't have the miles, the years under his belt. And it's only going to work so far. Look at Brock Purdy. He just lost 3 in a row. San Fran. Remember? Oh, Brock Purdy. He's Mr. Irrelevant. Oh, he's stud. Oh, what are they doing? They just lost 3 in a row. They won their first 5. They lost 3 in a row. So talent matters. You can coach a guy up, but if he's not at a certain level talent-wise, I don't know. You're going to continue to shoot yourself in the foot. You will, as the Bears have continued to do. I don't know what else to say about these boys. Now they're going on the road to New Orleans next week. They come back home on Thursday, so a short turnaround from Sunday to Thursday. And listen, the NFC North just got blown up. Minnesota Vikings just lost their quarterback. There's no team. They beat the Packers yesterday, thank God, because Green Bay sucks. Fuck them. But now Minnesota's going to suck too. So Detroit Lions are easily the favorites now. And the Bears had a chance for a wild card, but they squandered it. They squandered it by losing to Denver, by losing to Minnesota, by losing last week. By losing yesterday. You think of all this stuff. This is why you want a veteran head coach, someone with a resume, someone who can run shit, someone who's, I don't give a shit if he's a dictator. If you don't like him because he hurts your feelings, get him out of here. Get someone else who doesn't take everything so personal. This is football. This is not any other sport. They need a guy, someone who's maniacal, like Bill Parcells, like Bill Belichick, like Ditka was, like who else? Mike Tomlin. Like Jimmy Johnson. These are the guys we need. It's my way or the highway. And players have to know that and be fearful. If I fuck up, I'm losing my job. You fuck up once, big time, you're benched. You fuck up twice, you're cut. Period. But they don't have that fear. They don't have that hanging over their heads. You know the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. If you need to keep your job, and it necessitates that you play well, you're going to create ways to make sure you get that job done, by hook or by crook, to keep getting that paycheck. But tough loss for the Bears yesterday, 30. I'll put up my little flyer. 30-13. Tough one. It's SoFi. I'm telling you, it wasn't even that. It could have been so much different. But everything went against the Bears yesterday. The officiating included. I'm tired of talking about the shit. I'm tired of it. The quick whistles, that has to be sent into the league for review. It has to be. If I got a tight end who's 6'5", 250, 260, give him a chance. Make sure that he's being pushed back 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 yards before you blow the whistle. Because we could come and pick off his man, the guy who's trying to tackle him, like we did yesterday. Hit him, he falls off, and he goes. Give us that opportunity. We got to play better. Bayless Jones, your experiment is about done. You're probably going to, this is most likely your last year. So you have 9 games left, I believe. 9 times, Mrs. Bueller. Your son's been asking from school 9 times. You've got 9 games left to show what you can bring to the table and what your worth is to this team. It's not too late, but it's getting really, really late, really, really fast. Someone who's going to give you every chance to succeed, but only one failure allowed. I'd say 2. I'd 2. Because it happens to the best of us. But 2, no more than 2. Like, you're done. Second time, it's a habit. You got to go. Listen. Josh McCown? No. No, I don't want to get someone before they're hot. I want to get someone who has the ability to take this team where it needs to go. That's what I need. That's what I want. Who's to say he can't bring in Roman? Fangio, he's happy in Miami, and I ain't mad at him. But again, as I said, you can go get Chico. He's going to be done in Washington. Go get Leslie Frazier. Now you don't have to change the scheme. You got 4-3 personnel. You're bringing in 4-3 coaches. You're bringing in former Chicago Bears. What a better narrative than your boys coming home to bring this franchise back to prominence. Well, listen, 2 hours has come and gone. What a phenomenal show. Dude, this chat line, this tech chat was jumping. Good. Model is home, landed safely. Good. I want to thank you guys for keeping this chat going today. Great stuff. I really appreciate it. And Eric's going to be with us on Wednesday. All right. Also want to thank executive producer Elliot Baez, my social media guy, Clarence Council III, and my co-host in absentia, Maya. I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. Guys, we'll see you on Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9 a.m. to noon. 12:15 today, Second City Sports. All right. Tonight, 6 o'clock. What's Up, Cuz? It'll be a rerun. They'll be back live next week. This show will be replayed today at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6, taking us right into What's Up, Cuz. All right. Guys, have a wonderful day. It's a little cool here in the Shy. Make sure you dress properly. I got to go pick up Mom's. She's at CrossFit. I got to get out of here early so I can make sure I get some videos of her. All right. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. Have a great day. I am out. Deuces.